All right, folks, welcome back. Going into our second session. It's day 137. Duolingo Japanese. Once again, MAKU desu. Minasan konnichiwa. Yokoso. Well, we had a very lively, potentially incredibly controversial day 3 of Shashinko. And lots of struggles with very particular objects. Hopefully we nail in do pretty well next time. Okay. Let's start off. We separated our Duolingo Japanese sessions into 3 days now. So today would be following day 2, and then we'll be reviewing for the third time. Unit whatever is in 28. Hello there, XD. So let's start with trying to remember all the vocabulary and stuff from Unit 28. Can be a little tough after that Shashinko session. But let's get to it. I think not being able to write is kind of making it a little difficult for the Shashinko session. But we're definitely engaging a different part of our coupling of remembering things. Alright. So unit 28. I guess we can try to write a little bit here. Discuss what to eat. Oh no. It's like the complete opposite. It's katakana bonanza. Alright. Start off with the stuff isn't. With the phrase "Dochira ga ii desu ka?" Often do you do reviews of all the vocabulary? Every 10 days? Of Duolingo? Every 25 days. Hello there. I don't know how to pronounce the country's name, but not the Tunisia or something like that. Tunisia flag. Pardon my ability to pronounce that name, or however people pronounce it. Tunisia. This one. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know there was a time when I really liked geo-guessing and flag guessing and stuff. Pretty sure this is the country. Hello there. Yeah, every 25 days, XD. Outside of Duolingo's thing. So when new vocabulary shows up, it's gonna be 4 days of remembering. So straight 4 days, because day 1 you get exposed to it. After day 1, I recall it in English. Then day 2, I recall it in Japanese. And then day 3 and 4, I recall it while learning the next set in day 2s. So it goes 4 days, and then Duolingo does it on its own. Like as you go into the next unit, they'll tackle the other unit within that spacing. And then after 25 days, I make sure that I recall most of the other stuff. Now there is a problem with this. There's some problem with this. Every other 25 days, I occasionally go back and recall way back. So like it's not like every 50 days I'm recalling everything, or attempting to recall everything. Every 50 days I try to remember some of the stuff, all the stuff that that is associated with the current 25 days, because it would take way too long every 25 days to try to recall 2,000 things. So generally speaking, that's the pattern that I'm going. And then the rest of the time I'm engaging with other content that reminds me of all those words, like podcasts and whatnot. So those are the ways that I would practice the vocabulary instead of learning new vocabulary. I like to spend some of the evening reviewing vocabulary by engaging in content. Shoshinko is not one of them, because at the moment, well, maybe Shoshinko is like 40%. 60% of it's review, 40% of it's new, and it's pretty clear it's like putting a strain on this as well. Yeah. So we had a lot of discussions about that too. I feel like there's something, it's probably something that most people who share content online encounter regularly, where it's just this constant like misconception, in my opinion, this constant misconception that if you're sharing content online, that's the only thing you do all the time. It's an interesting frame of mind. Bruh, you only found one Duolingo live? I see. Do you also see some objects and remember, or I know this where? Yeah, that's what I kind of do most of the time. You have a Duo plushie? Very nice, Isaac. Very nice. I do that every day. The same objects. If I see the same objects, I know the same vocabulary. So all the vocabulary, Google Translate or Duolingo, either or. You can use both. You can use neither. Isaac, it's not or, it's both. You know, you have Google Translate and Duolingo easily accessible to you. So why not both? And more. Yeah, so XD, most of the stuff in my daily life, those are permanent vocabulary words, right? Doa, heya. I actually don't have the word for microphone yet. Monitor, pasokon, keyboard, or wireless, right? Kusuri, allergy, and then you have your classical predicates, right? Ashiru, oru, aruku, taberu, taberu, nomu. Your stuff that you would use quite a long time. Probably microphone. Oh, microphone. I could get behind that. Yeah. Or denwa, or like samaho, right? You look at samaho all the time. Just your very common objects will be permanent, like mizu, right? Mizu. Nurugumi? Nurugomi? Uh-oh. Nuigomi, right? No. What is this? Nui Megumi? Megumi? I don't remember what they decided to use. I haven't really practiced that. It was in Shashinko too, actually. I want to say it's Nui. I'm missing the middle syllable to it. We'll think about that later. It might come to me while we're reviewing. Okay. Discuss what we eat. Maybe. Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Seems reasonable. Burakuri. Burakuri. No. Ugh. Cutie. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cutie. No. Communist? Oh, it's a katakana. Subesharu. Wait, actually. Subesharu. No. Subesharu is fine. Guess what to eat. Frequency? Do you have any frequency? So? I don't know about that one. Torinkupa. I don't know about that one. No, Salada is old. I'm like bootstrapping through at the moment, yeah. Salada, old. We have Oi. Oh. Yeah. And then Anbun. Anbun. Phrase Watashi no Ogari. Oh no, wait. Not Ogari. I think it's Ogori desu. Itadakimasu. Omurice. Where are we at right now? 3, 6, 8, 12. That's very underwhelming. It's definitely more than that. Oops. It was a flex on Atatakai. Hambagu? Hambagu. I don't know. I think that looks a little off. It's close enough though. Fine. Sausage. Sausage. Onigiri is old. Retatsu. I don't know what retatsu is. That's okay. We've crossed 15 now. That's okay. Be better. I to feel like there's some sort of grammar point, like a grammar phrase somewhere. Oh, lettuce. That's a good one. Lettuce. Lettuce. Arai. Amai. Smetai. Polcha. All right, I think we're gonna settle on that. It's fine. That's good. And then we'll do unit 27 as well. Unit 27 was beach. Duolingo, give an example with two things. Yeah. It's up here. Right here. Dochira. Dochira. Like, it's already up here. It's already up here. It's the first item. That's the only grammar point in discuss what to eat. Up here. Unit. Okay, so unit 27. Let's see. Node was the key phrase. Umi. Jisai. Ichiban. Kigaeru. Kigaeru. Whoops. Oh, my hand kind of wobbled there. Otosu. Otosu. Otos. Otos. I'll just keep it in this tense for now. Motte. Oh, I messed up. Motte kimashita. Sunglass. Yakedome. Yakedome. Kakigori. Kakigori. Lemon. Osoi. Basho. Dokoka. Lokarumu. Um There's a hold. I made an error on this yesterday. No ending. No ending. So it's just safing. Safing. Itanai. Itanai. Aru. Aru. Or are. Atsui. Mizugi. So we have expressions as well. Time stuff. There's also yoka. And let's pick favorite day. We'll pick Kayobi, Konshu no Kayobi, a subset kind of expression. Nuganai. Nuganai. Yeah. I think this is good enough. Let's see. We have 3, 3, 6, 6, 11, 14, 14, 17, 19. That's good enough. Yeah, we gotta get into the review today. So did anything else come up for me? Katai. Oh, I have one. Wait. Yeah. This one's actually hard to remember. Toro Toro. Toro Toro. That's out of left field. Pretty sure it's Toro Toro. Wait, does that remind me of anything else? Oh, that does remind me of something else. The things that are attached. Doreshingu. What is that? Nice and gooey. Toro. Let me double check. Onomatopoeias are not my. I'm not very. Yeah, sticky, pulpy, weakly. Oh wait. Yeah, sticky, syrupy, pulpy, but they defined it as nice and gooey. So it's kind of like a very molasky and sticky. So they were talking about like cheese and stuff and sauce, describing sauce and stuff. Toro. That's why I thought of doreshingu when I thought of toro. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a good place to stop. When you start farming, for very, very not so used phrases, then or vocabulary, you're just gonna be wrapping it up. Okay, so let's quickly do our. These sessions are relatively short now.
このカラフルなマウスは光りますか?
Okay. このカラフルなこのカラフルなマウスは光りますか? No. Nigai came with medicine. Kusuri. Yeah, Kusuri came with Nigai on the second time around. When you had emergencies, medical emergencies. Or health emergencies, whatever you have. Yeah. The last taste related thing was using katai for tough. Describing something as tough. Konoカラフルなマウスは光りますか?
この赤いマウスはちょっと
the correct answer ping and the wrong answer, let alone the wrong answer ping, because of Shashinko, I'm hearing a different chime in Shashinko. So whenever I first click on for the first day, the first answer, it kind of startles me. この赤いマウスはちょっと Because I'm expecting like a different ping now.
私も悪いレビューを書きました。
私も悪いレビューを書きました。
ハムスターの赤ちゃんを撫でましょうか?
ハムスターの赤ちゃんを撫でましょうか? I did a lot of petting today too. There's a inu to neko ga imasu. 写真子にwhat was I doing? Oh.
もっと綺麗なマウスを買いましょう。
もっと綺麗なマウスを買いましょう。よ。
花さんも一緒に車で行きませんか?
花さんも一緒に車で行きませんか?
胡椒とソースを使いましょう。
胡椒とソースを使いましょ
醤油と胡椒を使います。
う。醤油と胡椒を使います。醤油。胡椒。
うさぎを撫でましょうか。
うさぎを撫でましょうか。うさぎ。
ホテルまでシャトルバスで1時間かかりました。
ホテルまでシャトルバスで1時間かかりました。Okay. かかりました。かかりました。1時間。シャトルバス。ホテルまで。
一緒にバスで行きましょうか。
一緒にバスで行きましょうか。
5時は多分暗いです。
5時は多分暗いです。5時は多分暗いです。Oh, okay. Oh. 暗い。Sorry. 暗い。多分暗いです。5時は多分暗いです。
シャトルバスで15分ぐらいかかりました。
シャトルバスで15分ぐらいかかりました。15分ぐらいシャトルバス。It took 15. Oh, I put the about in the wrong
必
place.
ず悪いレビューをたくさん書きます。
I was thinking of it in the Japanese order. Inu to neko どちらが大好きですか? I don't know how to say both yet. How do you say both?
「必ず悪いレビューをたくさん書きます」。
必ず悪いレビューをたくさん書きます。どちらもどちらもでしょう。Okay. This describes the internet culture. Levy negativity as a conceived notion as constructive criticism. Deep cuts here. In fact, Chashinko, I read one review where the person says, I really want to give this a I really like this game and its potential, but it's too short, etc. And then the developer, of course, respond to it after their recent update, and they're like, I really want to turn this red thumb into a blue thumb, provided that I am satisfied. Yeah, that's, in my opinion, that's how you leverage the current internet culture. You provide a negative response before you provide a positive response, or you provide something that's non-constructive and then contrast it with something that is constructive, and then tell yourself that you're only trying to help and you're qualified to do so, but you already started off the advice with something negative. I know this sounds pedantic at this point, but if I'm getting advice from someone and they start off by starting with a negative response, I probably step back a little bit and take a perspective check first. Why is it that someone is offering advice unsolicited would start off with a negative response? Replace Rauri for E. Yeah. Well, you can write reviews. I probably just remove bad in general. It's like, I'll for sure write a lot of reviews. Right. If I were a Japanese person per se, or I guess if I'm a Chinese American, which I am, I'll walk around and say, oh yeah, I'll for sure write some reviews. As opposed to give away my hand and say, oh yeah, I'll for sure, absolutely for sure going to write bad reviews. And if I'm gonna say something good, I'll tell people that, hey, keep in mind, oi. So warui for oi. Yeah. I would keep in mind, I do remind people that when someone says, oh, what do you recommend, or what do you review, or how do you feel about it, I do remind people when I'm biased, right? Like, hey, just keep in mind, whatever I'm going to say, I'm usually very positive about the things I write about. So I want to give you a fair disclaimer that if you hear me say something about something I do, I will defend it in a way, because I defend my actions. I do things to my utmost ability. So if I choose to do something and someone says, whoa, why are you defensive, or why are you so serious about it, is largely because I care about it. I don't choose to do things I don't care about. So when people start flinging around things and not understanding their line of communication, then they're not serious about it. They think that throwing around negative contradictions would make people like you. It usually don't, right? So I rather remove that, or I rather confront that right away, so I don't give people the impression that I can be associated or friends with people who start off by putting things down first. I want you to know, or want most people who know, that if they consider ever to solicit my advice, I don't surround myself with people who first tell you you're a failure, don't do the current thing you're doing, or do it my way or else you'll fail. Right? So however, that doesn't stop other people from doing it. So I have to be wary about that. Right? And this is kind of the way to approach it. You start off with something bad so that people will listen to you. And it works, because even for someone myself, I would have to address this. So when someone starts off by saying, don't do what this guy is doing, don't do what this guy is doing, for a very long time, you know, right in front of the guy, then yeah, of course you'll get my attention. But I'll give you some really straight up answer and you can take it or leave it, right? I think if you're expecting me to handle it very maturely, then I expect you to handle frontal criticism maturely as well, right?
5時半はまだ暗いですか？
It's everywhere. So perhaps one day I would love to see that the internet culture doesn't default to that, so that other people wouldn't be so shy about wanting to talk in Japanese online, for example. I can't even imagine what it's like for others to think about the ideas like, hey, why don't you learn Japanese in public? And for me, I probably wouldn't recommend. I would be very apprehensive about it, knowing what the experience is like now. It's rewarding for me, but I don't think it's for everyone, obviously. If it was just my opinion, I would say go for it. So
5時半はまだ暗いですか？
5時半はまだ暗いですか? So I think there's a little bit else to talk about. It is far easier, in my opinion, or more likely that one feels compelled to offer unsolicited advice when they made it without the ridicule or the criticism and in the emotional critique of people around them as they're learning. So for example, if someone comes up, like if I came up to you and say, well, obviously I know more about teaching than you, I have a PhD, right? That would be incredibly close-minded, unfair, and almost incredibly insulting. And it doesn't level the field for discussion. So not only when you're saying like, oh, I'm just offering my advice or my opinion because we're on level ground, as in, hey, I'm just offering advice just like you, and we'll let this person or this person decide which advice is useful. Well, no, we're not on level ground. You're not just offering advice. You diminish the advice of the people around you and then offered your advice. That's like debating. Someone pulled up some politics recently. That's like doing debating where you attack the person indirectly and then passing off as advice because you're talking about yourself, but you're talking about yourself in a very indirect way that hurts others. Like, for example, if you say something like, oh, you know, I know Japanese and you don't. So you have to listen to me because I know what's good for you. Because I know Japanese and you haven't started learning Japanese. I would walk away, in my opinion. I would actually step back and process, is this the type of teacher or person that I would want advice from? Teachers are supposed to be encouraging and wonderful people, right? That don't start off with significantly attacking someone else or trying to indirectly or unconsciously doing it. I don't know. But I would step away from someone like that, in my opinion. You could be a tough love person though. That could work. Tough love does work for some people. I'm not a tough love kind of person. I'm not going to tell you you suck to bring you up. Like, what you're doing is obviously wrong, so do this. That kind of thing. I don't think I'm not a prescriber of that, and I won't encourage people to do that, in my opinion. Or I don't want people around me who does that, because it often gets people who are in public in trouble. when you become associated with aggressive and negative targeted individuals. Yeah. It happened today. Actually, it happened a couple times already. Let's see. You can do it elsewhere, obviously. I mean, low key, what you call it, 2 or 3 times certain influencers' names got pulled up, and it makes sense. They check out. That's why those people bring up those influencer names, right? Because they resonate with them. I don't. Gotta make it clear. Is 5 o'clock or oh, just kidding. Wait, it's 5:30. Gojihan wa mada kurai desu ka? I don't like these phrases. Okay, these ones I do have to give it does make you chuckle. These ones are a little weird. With that said, I have seen some people say this or ask this before, but I wouldn't. Very rarely. It's 5:30, still dark. If you're a morning person.
シャトルバスで15分ぐらいかかりました。
What did I do here? Oh, right.
Get more with Super Duolingo.
For real though, I don't think there's gonna be too many people in this world that would convince me to like stop cold based on fear, right? Based on fear and doubt, or gaslighting, projecting gaslighting emotions. However, I may call it a personal mission or something. I wouldn't want, in my opinion, those individuals to make everyone else scared of doing what they want to voluntarily. So like if you come online and you wanted to share how you play a video game, and then the major motivation of most people who are end users would be to go to people's like the content and say, hey, you're not having fun the right way. Did you know that this is the fun way to have things? Like that's a great suggestion, but it's a difference by saying, hey, you might have, this might be also interesting for you, or you might want to consider this thing, as opposed to saying what is and will not be fun. That's kind of a very strong point, right?
キャンプはちょっと。
I don't mind it. I mean, if it's something you have to do, there are definitely things you have to attempt to follow it, for sure. But we're
北
not
海
doing
道
those
に
kind
行
of
きませんか？
At least I'm not doing those kind of things. 北海道に行きませんか? I would totally love to go to Hokkaido during the summertime. I think Hokkaido would be pretty awesome.
上野の動物園に行きましょ
上野上野の動物園に行きましょう。
う。上野動物園は大きいです。
Okay, okay. I see what you're doing there. Having those back to back.
上野動物園。
Okay, alright.
ハイキングに行きませんか？
ハイキングに行きませんか? Indie really makes me wanna also go hike Fujisan as well.
イベントに行きませんか？
イベントに行きませんか?
その電気屋は秋葉原駅の前です。
Wait. What? この電気屋は秋。この電気屋は秋は原駅の前です。Oh, Wait, 原駅? Wait. Oh, Akihabara. That explains it. Okay. Now it's kind of hard to read. Okay. Akihabara eki no mae desu. その電気屋は秋葉原駅の前です。
一緒に行きませんか？
一緒に行きませんか？
来月一緒にキャンプに行きましょう。
来月一緒にキャンプに行きましょう。来月
ハイキングに行きましょ
来月ハイキングに行きましょう。来月。
う。イルミネーションはいつ始まりますか？
イルミネーションはいつは始まりますか？いつ始まりますか？
北海道の山は本当に綺麗ですね。
北海道の山は本当に綺麗ですね。Oh, there was an interesting clip that I really like. I really like this one dude. He has like all white hair. I forgot the guy's name. But his channel, he's always wearing like a kimono. There are two guys that are always like this, but one of them I really like. His hair is like largely completely white, but he made a comment where like when you go to a lot of times he was comparing the English interaction and Japanese interaction, where English often requires a completion of an idea, right? And then you know, a lot of us are, or a lot of the people I've met are people who use English to facilitate the acquisition of Japanese. And oftentimes from the English perspective, you want to complete the idea as you're speaking a lot of times. But nowadays it's kind of fragmented as well. However, he was comparing and contrasting on how you would interact in a Japanese environment. And he mentioned the idea that there's a lot of implicit nature in Japanese. So oftentimes you can kind of get away with saying keywords or starting keywords and allowing the other person to fill in, to construct the idea. So I kind of really like that, because oftentimes that's kind of like leading conversations, especially in English, where you lead the conversation, you leave something out, and then have the other person fill in the ideas, right? Hey, I wonder, do you think this is a great idea? It's kind of like, and then the other person would join in, right, in the conversation. So his comment, his like acting or his theoretical is like, sumimasen, otearai wa, and then say, oh, hi, asoko desu, right? Then would point there, say, and just hayaku, asoko desu, right? So I kind of see the person's point. However, you can kind of get away with it in English too. But I do see their point about how often it's more prone that when you're interacting with strangers, the strangers would be waiting for you to complete the idea. Like, but I still feel it might be mutual. Like when you go into a establishment and you go like, sorry, sorry, restroom, and then the host would be like, are you looking for the restroom, right? And I can see it. Like I would see the person saying, like, asking the question back as opposed to assuming or like trying to imply something, which creates a really funny duality about how that Japanese person, or maybe most Japanese person, presume things when interacting with a foreigner, but might not be polite and respectful when not interacting with a foreigner. So there's kind of an interesting double standard happening here. We learn Japanese and are taught, or like are encouraged to understand the contextual nuance of the Japanese as you learn. So constantly listen to real content or natural content, and it will make you like infer a lot of things so that you can interact. At the same time, there's this interesting double standard where if you are a foreigner and you interact with a Japanese person, oftentimes the convenience of that assumption and pre-assumption is, I like it. I would most likely leverage that when I visit Japan. I wouldn't go around prancing and confidently and arrogantly assume that I have command of any reasonable amount of Japanese. But however, I do believe in the Japanese face culture and the politeness, that I can get away with something like, sumimasen, otearai wa. Even though maybe I could say, otearai wa doko desu ka? Right? They would be, hi, asoko desu. Something like that. It was a really interesting clip. Like, it's a good point. Imagine depending on the generosity of a country filled with incredible mannerisms, right? And then that person ended with, yes, please come to Japan, enjoy yourself, right? No, don't sweat it, kind of thing. And that's such a wholesome thing. The guy has a way with being really chill and vibey. Hokkaido no yama wa hontou ni kirei desu ne. Hokkaido's read it. Oh, okay.
一緒にイルミネーションに行きませんか？
一緒にイルミネーションに行きませんか？
3時に電気屋の前で会いましょうか。
3時に電気屋の前で会いましょうか。うん。3時。
フェンスの中にウサギがいます。
Oh, fensu. Oh, what was the word for fensu? It's in Shashinko. Saku? I want to say it's Saku. No, not Saku. Just kidding. It's something like Saku that they used. Oh yeah, they did use Saku. Oh, it's a difference. Okay, yeah, Saku. Yeah, Saku. Shinko introduced Saku. We have fensu here. Fence no naka. Fence no naka ni usagi ga imasu.
ウサギはちょっと。
Usagi wa choto. Don't let someone hear this.
姉は最近とても忙しいです。
姉は最近とても Oh no 姉は最近とても忙しいです。姉とても忙しいです。最近忙しい。
お祭りに行きませんか。
お祭りに行きませんか。
このウサギの顔は可愛いですね。
このウサギの顔。このウサギの顔は可愛いですね。顔。このウサギの顔は可愛いですね。
4時は早いですか？
4時は早いですか？Okay. Sure.
最近、大学はどうですか？
最近、大学はどうですか？ Trying to process what it's trying to say. Oh, right.
日曜日にエリカさんは20歳になります。
日曜日にエリカさんは20歳。20歳になります。20 20歳。Oh, 20歳。20歳。Right. 20歳になります。Okay. 20歳。日曜日にエリカさんは20歳になります。
お祭りは何時からですか？
お祭りは何時からですか？
午前7時は早いですか？
午前7時は早いですか？午前7時。
近くの学校で太鼓のイベントがあります。
近くの学校で太鼓のイベントがあります。近く学校。
電車で15分かかります。
電車で15分かかります。15分。電車で。Oops, by trip.
近くの公園で太鼓のコンテストがあります。
近くの公園で太鼓のコンテストがあります。太鼓のコンテスト。
明日姉は39歳になります。
明日姉は39歳になります。Old? Old. 姉。Hello? Are you? Wait. Oh, I guess they're foregoing that? Okay. I was looking for older sister. 39歳。
19歳。明日姉は39歳になります。
Okay, no modifying. 9歳。明日。Oh no, I flipped the years old.
電車で30分ぐらいかかります。
電車で30分ぐらいかかります。
明日姉は39歳になります。
明日姉は39歳になります。 Alright, let's do a review about that diner over there. Okay, ファミレス。ファミレス。ファミレスはどうですか？
ファミレス。はどうですか？
あ、ドリンクバーがありますよ。
え
あ、
あ
ドリンクバーがありま。
ありますす。
よ。
よ
あ、ドリンクバーがありますよ。
ますよ。父のクレジカードを待ってきました。今日は私のおごりです。You're still in Unit 2 and hoping to progress further. How many lessons or units do I do on a day on average? Since I'm playing Shoshinko right now, for Japanese, we're doing a 3-day per unit thing. So every 3 days we're doing a unit. And I think the sessions are about an hour and a half, provided I don't like start ranting about random things. So it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours session. I do 6 lessons. 6 lessons plus kanji. So first day, the first lesson set, kanji, 15 minutes of kanji, if there is kanji. And then 6 again, kanji, day 2. And then day 3 is today, which you do the personalized practice, the 3 personalized practice, and a 3 lesson review, and the trophy. And then repeat. While I'm juggling Shoshinko in the first half. Before this, I did 2 days. I do the first 11 lessons. So 6 to complete 1 set, 15 minutes of kanji, then 5 of the 6 of the second. And then I do the 1 kanji and then finish the rest. It's 2 days. 2 days per unit. Oh, well, yeah, unless you're doing 1 unit a day, that's pretty. I might be able to reach unit 3 around August. No hurry, right? Japanese is learning language is a long journey. Hopefully you don't burn yourself out, right? Take it easy. Yeah, doing 1 unit per day for me is too much. It takes me at least a week to even solidify 40 things, maybe 40 things tops if I spent the whole day. 40 days. Like 40 things, 40 new things a week is my absolute cap if I was supposed to spend like 8 to 10 hours on them. So I don't want to exceed that. Hoping to pass exams on December. Ooh, starting Japanese from 0. How long have you been studying, Jay Tong? How long have you been working? And what are other things you're doing, Jay? Are you integrating other things to keep yourself from like getting too... Since June? Okay, so the beginning of June. Yeah, are you exploring and looking at other things as well? Wanikani and Anki. Okay, yeah, so you got it set up, right, to get the basics off the ground. So yeah, you must be blitzing in the first month with Duolingo, Wanikani, and Anki put together. Is there a reason you're wanting to pass an exam? Are you going to Japan soon, or what is your goal? You got 6 months until December. I guess I'm getting close to 5 months soon. Yes, I'm getting close to 5 months soon. Maybe salary increase and love for the culture. Oh, all right. That sounds awesome. I hope you get get there. You're living on the fast lane, so I'm sure I'll still be around doing the same, like doing other things with Japanese. I would love to hear your success, right? Success. Keep keep at it. I thought about it. If I am able to allow to be stream Wanikani, I actually would love to stream Wanikani, but I read their terms of service, or I looked around. Can't do it, unfortunately. At least without contacting the developers or something like that. They don't do like maybe a sponsored thing or whatnot. Kaniwani is a free site. Kaniwani is a free site. I was gonna try using Kaniwani because it's free, so I'm pretty sure they won't be too concerned about streaming it. But it is a free resource that kind of mirrors Wanikani. So someone wanted to make their inaccessible non-subscription based thing. And then yeah, it's reverse as well. Yeah, it is the reverse. It's English to Japanese. Yeah. And it's free. So no extra resources. So you can do both directions if you want it. As far as I remember, XD, it's free, right? You simply have to register for the tracking stuff. As far as I remember. I was gonna do like a few sessions in those in the future, maybe. Chichi no kureji card. Yeah, free is free. Oh, it's free, but only with the content that you have in Wanikani. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, okay. So, hey, if you're using Wanikani already, you might as well use Kaniwani. Honestly, going back and forth is more useful than a lot of people would. Honestly, more useful than you might think.
ショル
Sometimes.
ダーバッグ
Oops.
クレジットカード
Okay, so you don't pay Wanikani, you only unlock until level 3. Okay. So maybe it's not safe to do that. In a cheeky way, I was thinking maybe I subscribe to Wanikani. Subscribe to Wanikani, do the kanji exercises, and try to, like, I didn't know if Wanikani was affiliated with Tofuku, right? Or like Kaniwani, but if it is, then they probably wouldn't be so happy about that. I've been trying to find other things that maybe it's worth striking up.
ふわふわのオムライスを食べましょう。
Because I really want to like interact with developers and people who are interested in language learning development and be able to, like, I don't know. I think I make a fairly decent case in highlighting things. So I feel like there's a future in it.
ふわふわふわふわのオムライスを食べましょう。
No, オムライスを
オムライスを
食べましょう。
食べましょう。
ふわふわのオムライスを食べましょう。And the reason why I say that I feel like there's a future in it is because I'm not aiming to be like good at something. I'm aiming for developing things to aid people. Like I understand how paradoxical that may seem, but generally speaking, I want to be part of the process of development. Like I don't really, honestly, I have no adoration or aspiration to become good at something. I want to be part of developing things to help people get good. Like I want to be one of them. I want to be like a participant in having products and services. I like testing things and observing things. 雨雨 Kame-same has all the levels and all JOPT vocabs. Interesting. Kame-same. And interesting. And this is just a sign up thing, right? I might have to look at that. Have you used it before? Kame-same? I might have to look at that.
ふわふわのオムライスを食べましょ
That's the first time I've heard kame-same. XD. Thanks for the share. 近くのファミレスで行きましょう。の食べましょう。
う。食べましょう。
Okay.
オムライスが食べたいです。
Okay.
オムライス
オムライス
が食べたいです。
Yeah, but doesn't have the Wanikani system. You need to turn on the Japanese keyboard to use it. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know me. You sold me on someone trying to cover levels and JLPT vocabulary. Actually, then that would mean, I don't know if I want to use it on my free time or use it to show. I'm gonna take a look at it. I already tried, like, I enjoy Super Native already, so I'll keep that in mind. Kame-same.
オムライスが食べたいです。
あれはワイン。
ワイン。
あれはワインでしょう。ぶどう。Oh, I forgot about ぶどう。Totally forgot about ぶどう。I told myself to remember grape. ぶどうジュースじゃない。あれはワインでしょ。ぶどうジュースじゃないです。Sorry, I just think that's a really funny situation. God, that's not, that's not wine. That's not wine. I mean that's wine. That's not grape juice.
ぶどうジュースはありますか？ぶどう
That's actually happened before. I actually have real anecdotal stories about people mistaking wine for grape juice. That has happened before. You would like a Kaniwani stream? I probably can't do Kaniwani, but I have been looking into it if it's available, if we could. So I will have to check. For Kame-same, that might sound like it can be done. Usually when there's no monetary gain to be had, you can kind of contact people or maybe like a PR person and ask.
ぶどうジュースはありますか？
ぶどうジュースはありますか？
ありますか？
I've contacted like single developers before, like small group developers from time to time. Like, hey, it's wonderful when you establish professional relations with developers, especially upcoming ones, ones that are getting their footing. That's, you can grow with them.
ぶどうジュースはありますか？
Obviously, Duolingo is not one of them, right? So,
ピザ屋と寿司屋、どちらがいいですか？
however, Duolingo did one solid, right? Become a beta tester, yeah. I would totally be up for that. I was part of various testings before. I have done that before for other things. Whether they were useful or not, it's debatable. However, I enjoyed it. It was very rewarding and wonderful to see and hear what the developers are focused on. Like, what are their concerns? Because oftentimes when you're a tester, I know that some people don't think that's frowned upon. Like, the last time I asked, someone solicited me to play or use a product. I asked back the question like, so what are your focus? Like, do you want me to focus on something or comment something? And nowadays, developers are kind of worried. So they often don't have things in mind. They're like, oh yeah, you know, just do whatever you want. Like, we don't want to like influence you or something like that. But I'm kind of the opposite. I like to be focused on something. Like, honestly, I think that there's this like huge concern when it comes to testers now. I would disclose I'm testing for something, and I would openly say like, hey, you know what? We're going to focus on these things because the developers are really interested in what these things are and these topics. So I like asking for talking topics. I think the one thing that Duolingo has done for me as a favor, even though like they're a big corporation and all that, is the idea that they actually made some attempt and to allow it to be accessible on Twitch. And that's basically the reason why I stream Duolingo, right? There really isn't a bigger story to this. It's the idea that I feel so many people who suggest things rarely consider the idea that, can you stream the thing without commercial consequences? Honestly, I'm still not even sure you can with Duolingo. It's still far more than other products. Right. That doesn't stop other streamers from doing it though. I'm just not one of them at the moment. I'm not that bold. Pizza屋と寿司屋、どちらがいいですか？小さいので寿司屋に行きませんか？
今日は私のおごりです。今日は私のおごりです。今日は私のおごりです。
温かい紅茶。
温かい紅茶。
ジュースがいいです。
ジュースがいいです。
コーラとお茶ですね。
コーラとお茶ですね。コーラとお茶ですね。Oh, right. Right. ね。ですね。
洋食はちょっと重いです。
洋食。Oh, I forgot 洋食。So that's two ぶどう and 洋食。洋食はちょっと重いです。Like low key jab at Western style foods.
中華料理と日本料理どちらがいいですか？
中華料理と日本料理どちらがいいですか？
ブロッコリーはちょっと。
Wait, I just realized. Jay, Tong, are you talking about the N1 exam in 6 months? In December? When you mentioned like a salary bump and a love for the culture, are you talking about clearing the N1 exam? Oh, just around N5 to N3. Is that what is required for you to like do whatever you need to do? Huh. I'm genuinely curious about people's occupations all the time. The higher the better. Ah, okay.
ブロッコリーはちょっと。ブロッコリーはちょっと。
So man, so that means like you have a low ball, you have a bottom line, but the sky's the limit. That's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. But getting higher than N2 might be within that time. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I'm a cruiser, so I don't have a point of reference for someone who has urgency. I haven't done anything of urgency lately. But 6 months to N2, higher than N2, yeah, that seems ambitious, based on other people's experiences that I don't have myself.
辛い。
辛いドレッシングがいいです。
レタスサラダも美味しいですよ。レタスサラダ。I thought this at first. I thought lettuce salada would be funny, like it's like, isn't that redundant? And I started thinking to myself, that's not redundant. Only because I'm into my salads, but I think for the more common, the average person, when they see this phrase, lettuce salada, I mean, honestly, there are lots of types of salads. Yeah, in Japan. And when you come to the culinary stuff, I wouldn't be surprised. Lettuce salada. Lettuce salada needs to be clarified. レタスサラダも美味しいですよ。
もう美味しいですよ。レタスサラダも美味しいでしょう。魚と豆腐。What the? Why would you? Okay. 魚と豆腐。I'm offended. Just kidding. どちらがいいですか？チキンもあります。
ブロッコリーは好きですか？
ブロッコリーは好きですか？
すか。
ステーキとハンバーガーどちらがいいですか？ That's a contentious phrase there. オムライスもあります。Oh, I would totally hit the omurais instead.
ダニエルさん、豆腐とシーフードどちらがいいですか？
ダニエルさん、not biased at all, right? ダニエルさん、豆腐とシーフード。Oh, yeah. I like how they went from sakana to seafood. どちらがいいですか？ N5 and N4 is feasible, and N3 might be possible if you study consistently. Only 5 months left, but I can always take the next exam if you don't pass. Very, very realistic. 豆腐にします。Oh, I forgot about にします。Okay, so that's 3, right? That brings us up to like 21. from our recall.
辛いソーセージがいいです。
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 ソーセージ。
私はハンバーグにします。
私はハンバーグ。Oh, yeah, okay. It looked weird when I wrote it, but it checks out. 私はハンバーグにします。じゃあ、私もハンバーグにします。
レタスサラダはいりません。
レタスサラダはいりません。
私はソーセージにします。
私はソーセージにします。私もソーセージにします。よ。
きゅうりがいいです。
キュウリ、okay, キュウリ checked out too. キュウリがいいです。Okay.
じゃあ私はスペシャルのステーキにします。
じゃあ私はスペシャルのステーキにします。Okay.
ヨーグルトドレッシングが好きです。
ヨーグルトドレッシングがactually yogurt dressing is fairly trendy. I don't know if you guys had yogurt dressing before. Yogurt, like a form of yogurt dressing. ヨーグルトドレッシングが好きです。
私もエビ餃子にします。
私もエビ餃子にします。
Get more with Super.
Yes. Super Duolingo. We're fine. 多い。
マヨネーズが大好きです。マヨネーズ。
マヨネーズが大好きです。
大好きです。
半分。
この卵はトロトロですね。
I don't know why I said it like that. It's fine.
この
卵は
トロトロですね。この卵はトロトロですね。
yeah, okay. この卵はトロトロですね。
この卵はトロトロですね。
ステーキ。
ステーキは本当に美味しいです。でも多いですね。
多い。
来週。
半分。3年生。来年。
この辛いソースはちょっと多いです。
ソース？
大好き。3階。多い。半分。高い。私のパスタ。私のパスタを半分食べませんか？ Sorry. That 半分 took me by surprise.
じゃあ、いただきます。
じゃあ、いただきます。
いただきます。
いただきます。いただきます。いただきます。I always kind of pause and after the E.
このシチューは本当に多いです。
このシチューは本当に多いです。Yes.
トロトロのチーズ。
トロトロのチーズ。
じゃあ、いただきます。
じゃあ、いただきます。
私のハンバーグを半分食べませんか？
I need to look up what a yogurt dressing is. A dress made of yogurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yogurt dressing. I think the cabbage salads the cabbage salad, like coleslaw. Coleslaw in the United States, I don't know if there's coleslaw elsewhere. I don't know what it's called. But coleslaw is technically somewhat like a yogurt dressing. If you don't want like super high fat kind of like mayonnaise, right? Mayonnaise kind of heavy dressing or oil-based heavy dressing. Kind of yogurt tends to be an excellent substitute. I could imagine yogurt dressing on the cabbage salad that comes a lot of times with Japanese like meal sets and stuff. I could see them replacing it with a yogurt dressing. Yogurt dressing. At least that's what I think that's on top of them. I don't think they're using like the coleslaw like thing on the western side of things. It's kind of heavy sometimes. Yogurt's pretty light. Would you like...
マヨネーズは好きですか？
マヨネーズは好きですか? Okay. Do the trophy. Off we go.
いただきます。このピザのチーズはトロトロですね。ケンさんもこのピザを少し食べませんか？
いただきます。このピザのチーズはトロトロですね。ケンさんもこのピザを少し食べませんか? Yes. Very, very excited about the cheese. Right. Try to pay for the meal. There's a story for that.
ショルダーバッグ、
Oops.
クレジットカード、
父のクレジットカードを待っていました。今日は私のおごりです。
レタス、
サイクリング、キュウリ、
サーフィン、
ヨーグルト。このハンバーガーのマヨネーズは少し多いです。もう食べたくないです。
Okay. The hamburger was too heavy. Too much. Ramen とそばどちらがいいですか? How would you say I want to eat a lot of pizza? 多いpizzaが食べたい or you would say taksan because 多い is kind of like it's like to me taksan is like a lot, but it can be interpreted as there's a lot as in too much, or there's a lot as in it could be just enough even though there's a lot. But oi to me it strikes as more like oi is like it's often like too much, like a negative thing in my opinion, at least. I don't know, that's kind of how I'm interpreting it now at the moment. Like when you say If you want to eat a lot of pizza, I'd probably say taksan. If you ate too much pizza, I would use oi. You know, oof. I don't know. Onaka ga itai desu, right? Onaka ga itai desu. Pizza o oi tabemashita. And then for something like onaka ga skimashita, right? Skimashita. I want, yeah, pizza ga tabetai desu. Pizza ga taksan tabetai desu. Something like that. Using stomach as the indicator. So like my stomach hurts. I ate too much pizza. Oi. And then my stomach, I'm hungry. I want to eat a lot of pizza. Taksan is kind of how I'm interpreting it at the moment. If that makes sense. And then we can use like onaka, and then our phrase onaka ga skimashita, right? For hungry. The stomach is empty. And then you can use itai for hurt in the past tense too. At least that's the situation that Duolingo presented in the way they introduced the terms.
Mo.
I don't know if that's how it works. That's the imaginary context that I created myself. Pasta mo arimashou.
肉はちょっと。今日のスペシャルは人参とブロッコリーのパスタです。そのパスタにします。
Okay. Vegetable dish.
肉はちょっと。今日のスペシャルは人参とブロッコリーのパスタです。
Okay. そのファミレス。そのファミレスのパスタは美味しいでしょう。
いろいろなサラダがあります。きゅうりサラダとトマトサラダ、どちらがいいですか？辛いドレッシングと甘いドレッシングがあります。
Okay. What kind of salad? 温かいコーヒーが飲みたいです。
ワインとビール、どちらがいいですか？
ワインとビール、どちらがいいですか？ワインがいいです。ナオミさんは私のオムライスを半分食べましたよ。
ダニエルさん、豆腐とシーフード、どちらがいいですか？
ダニエルさん、豆腐とシーフード、どちらがいいですか？豆腐にします。
洋食はちょっと重いです。
洋食はちょっと重いです。Yeah. So like even here, when they're doing like yoshoku wa chotto, and then they have like chotto, I feel like they place oi, yes, like oi at the end, or something like omoi, something like a little bit negative. Like, it's not quite desirable. So for the life of me, I suppose, I associate oi, like oi, like the other oi, you know, the oi vey oi, like oy vey, as in, oof, that's too much. Oi, that's too much. Like I shouldn't have had too much, kind of thing. And then taksan is like, it could be bad, it could be good. There's just a lot of it. Like skudai, you know, skudai o taksan arimasu, or ga taksan arimasu, right? Or arimashita. There's just a lot of schoolwork, homework. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Yeah. You could say though, shukudai wa oi desu. Deshita. Shukudai wa oi deshita. Homework is a bit much. You know, it's a bit much. Like, I wish there was less homework. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. Oi, larva image. Yeah, oi. Yeah. I don't, it would be interesting to hear what other people think. Generally though, I stick with taksan because, taksan. Maybe some person will come in and chime on when they use oi, like very specifically. Like I don't want to say, I typically don't say negative things too much. So when I say something is too much, I probably still use taksan. Unless I can't. So I haven't really figured out when I can't. And need to use something like oi or something like that. 洋食はちょっと重いです。So let's see. Western style food is kind of heavy. Oi means wow here. I figured. This is so zero. Alright, so apparently oi is wow in Norwegian. I see. Oi, who was it yesterday? About oi? Oi is also hey, I think. Right? It's an Australian thing, isn't it? Or something? Oi. Right? And then I think oy vey is a Jewish thing. The thing that I was referring to is oy vey is a Jewish thing. Like it's kind of like a sigh or an expression of exacerbation, like oy vey, or in the words of Charlie Brown, good grief. Good grief. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Charlie Brown, but hopefully Charlie Brown and Peanuts Gang. When he just looks at he looks like blankly in the front towards the screen, like, good grief. Oy vey. Alright, we're fine. I don't need to say this anymore. Itadakimasu. I don't know. Something about being so normalized to itadakimasu. I can't help but say itadakimasu with like a really, really higher, like tone 1 feeling. No one says, like, I'm not compelled to say it like itadakimasu. I'm happy in front of food, so if you hear me in English, I'm probably also happy in front of food. It's like, yeah, let's eat, or thank you for the food, let's go, right, kind of thing. So food, happiness, party, very Chinese. It's a blessing, right? It's a very wonderful privilege that I hope not to squander by celebrating it all the time. Having excellent food in front of you, especially with or without company, but when you have company, it's even more glorious, right? So I really like that in the Japanese culture there is a phrase. I'm not sure about, I guess in American culture, Americanized culture, the very, like, the tuned in visual that maybe foreigners get is the idea of a family around a table and then they hold hands and say grace. I've said grace before. You don't necessarily have to be like a churchgoer, but the idea of being around a table is resonating, right? In Chinese culture, it is very, very special to make time to be around a table, to share a meal. So I really love this sentiment, the itadakimasu, regardless of where you are, right? It's one thing that I'm pretty sure it's hardwired into any foreigner who's interested in Japanese culture. This phrase is so fully loaded. It's to the point where most people don't even need to ask, oh, what does this actually mean? Like, you know what it means. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe Sub-Zero. Are you familiar with this phrase, Sub-Zero? Being a non-enthusiast of the Japanese language. Sub-Zero? I'm calling you out now. Like, it's not just, you know, I'm asking for, like, it's not just let's eat, but it has a lot of even spiritual things behind it. Itadakimasu. Actually, do Norwegians say things around a dinner table? Sub-Zero, is there like some sort of traditionalism around the dinner table? Like, do you and your girlfriend do something around a dinner table? I think to myself, so if, you know, everyone's more pragmatic, I think to myself, I look at my food, give it a few moments, and then, right. It's not necessarily a prayer, but kind of one of those things. As a biologist, for the longest time, it's pretty fantastic where we are as human beings when it comes to consuming food, right? And itadakimasu has a lot of spiritualism. Hey, thanks. Dogum? Thanks. So with that said, oh yes, there it is. There's the pop-up. I really appreciate it, Dogum. No worries, had to throw my Prime sub before it expired. Oh well, I really appreciate it. Thank you. So with that said, we have concluded our short Duolingo Japanese session today. Because I got carried away in Shashinko today. So that's nice. So we concluded unit 28. Again, we're on a 3-day cycle for cycling. And we're gonna change gears one last time because we gotta squeeze in our Duolingo Chinese session. Not me personally, but my girlfriend's family are all Christians. Okay, so naturally they pray before the meal. And you go along to be respectful. I don't think there's a specific Norwegian tradition for it though. Okay. So there's no like, I know this is going to sound very stereotypical. Woman, something. Let's do something. At the end. Let's begin. Oh, 我们开始吧 or something. 开始. Maybe that's the closest thing. 开始, or maybe. 我开始. Yeah, I think that's the closest I got. When I'm thinking of Fujianese, 我开始见, 开始 something. Let's begin something. Thanks. No worry. I wouldn't know what the characters are. So I got the woman and then we got the ba at the end. So let's begin. 谢谢 something. 谢谢你 Oh, 您 谢谢您 Oh, interesting. Oh, it's the formal you. Okay. 谢谢您 what tone is that in? For the 您 Is it 谢谢您 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 Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know there was a formal you. all right. So I'm gonna take a quick break. So what can I say about Japanese? Japanese is fun. Shashinko kind of got a little controversial today. I'm a little bit on edge, I suppose. It's kind of unfortunate that some of the things keep reoccurring, but Shashinko is a lot of fun for anyone who's a beginner, I suppose, and then like to enjoy video games. It's just English, but everything that's easy is hard, and everything that's hard is easy, like Bizarro World. True, right? What happened? A bunch of people like to talk about, since I've been using Duolingo for a while. Long story short, this will be the closing remark about the Japanese learning, I suppose. Today, let's do a little recap. The short answer is Duolingo stinks, use Genki. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so that's what happened. Instead now it's more like oh hey, you stopped using Duolingo. Now you're actually immersing with Shashinko. And then Shashinko turns out that's not enough either. Like, Shashinko is not so great. You should do more immersion. I'm like, yeah, I know. Because I do all of the above. Right. And then XT, you and I already talked about like streaming stuff for a while now. I can't click on that link, Dogum, but I will. Yeah. Sounds fine. Yeah, I don't really need hearts or any. But hey, you just said I'm a teacher. Did I though? I want to teach something. Then they let you have no. I'm not a language teacher. No. I'm not a language teacher. So I have no. I said I don't know if I've ever said I was a teacher. I don't have to teach. Oh, okay. All right. I see. Okay. Okay, I'll look into it. Yeah, I'll look into it. Thanks for the share. Here, let me right. Let me. Oh, okay. All right. I got it. Gotcha. All right. So let me end this segment for a sec. So basically, XD, the take-home message, in my opinion, is the same one that I've had for a very long time. Do as many things as you feel comfortable. Engage in your target language as much as you like, while maintaining, the excitement and the motivation that you have. However, one thing to highlight is that if you're willing to engage in your target language by sharing your enthusiasm for your target language, one has to be very resolute and committed to their resolve to sharing that, and knowing that you will invite individuals who may go out of their way to demonstrate their greater insights to your enjoyment. So without sounding too political there are a lot of people who want good things for you. However, they don't want it for you, or they want it for you, not with you a lot of time. So being able to understand that was why I had a very specific digression while I was playing Shashinko. The idea is that I am more a person who's receptive to someone who demonstrates that they actually understand me in order to share information and advice, as opposed to someone who's talking at me most of the time. And I'm sure you're familiar with that from time to time if you've ever entered a forum or like a Reddit or something, when you try to share something and you have to be ready for people who talk at you as opposed to with you, right? And language learning, in my opinion, personally, in my opinion, as a take-home message, we're all in this together, at least I feel like it. So passion can make one very, very hyper-focused on telling people how they feel or should feel or what to do, especially for language learning, which is very optional, by the way, especially from someone who speaks English as a first language, right? Or as one of their first languages. So this is volunteer. And if you're voluntarily learning the language, or just force yourself to live in another country, that falls under the category of what I just said. You're forcing yourself to do something, and it's a projection of what the gold standards are. Yeah, and without saying too much, I don't plan on leaving the United States. So probably not me, but it might work for you. You can't learn unless you have to. Wait, unless you have to. Yeah, I see. So have you moved to Japan yet? Dogum. Go to Chinatown then? I don't have to go to Chinatown. Or Koreatown. If you have to, I respect that. So, okay. And so let's end there and hope that everyone finds their way. You're an American? Fair enough. It sounds like it. So, yeah. Find your way to language learning however you want, right? And I will be right back. So, mata ne to the Japanese people. If you're going to watch this later, thanks for watching. Lots of strong opinions today. And I will get up and stretch and I'll be right back for my Chinese lesson. Okay. See you in a little bit.